You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. And be sure to smash that like button. LSU back on the practice field this week. They practice Tuesday. They'll be on the field again Thursday. The spring game, spring scrimmage, whatever they're calling it, on Saturday. And then 2 practices next week as well. But next week, after the spring scrimmage, when the Tigers still have 2 more practices, as a matter of fact, 1 week from today, next Wednesday, the spring portal window opens. It's a 10-day portal window. And remember, a year ago, that spring portal window was very important for LSU. And they swung and missed. Remember, last year, by his own definition, Brian Kelly labeled defensive tackle as a must. They had to go sign defensive tackle last year in the spring portal window. Well, what happened? They brought in Dominic Williams. They brought in Simeon Barrow. Those were guys that Bo Davis, remember Coach Pete Jenkins told us this? Bo Davis had those guys lined up, queued up, ready to go, and LSU wouldn't pay their number. That prompted this comment from Brian Kelly last spring.
It hasn't fared very well, quite frankly, because, we're selling something a little bit differently. And that is, we want to recruit, we want to engage, build relationships, we want to develop, retain, and have success. We're not in the market of buying players.
Okay.
And unfortunately, right now, that's what some guys are looking for. They want to be bought.
Dominic Williams was asking $1.2 million. LSU wasn't going to spend it. My, how times have changed, because LSU right now is very much in the market of buying players. The Tigers just dumped a boatload of money in that spring or in the December portal window to put together the best transfer portal class in the country. And now in a week, the 10-day portal window will open, and it will be so interesting to see if the Tigers are going to be buyers again. Remember last year, Brian Kelly identified defensive tackle as a must. Remember, this is what he said a month ago about the spring portal window this year.
I think we go into this next portal window with no expectations of we need to get somebody out of the spring portal. It would have to be something that just was a right fit for us. So we don't go into the second portal with any expectations like we had going into the December portal.
Max Olson over at ESPN.com has a piece where he listed contenders with needs in the spring portal. And I'll tell you, Max Olson nailed it. For LSU, he listed defensive tackle. And as I've had conversations with people around the LSU program, if there's one position where they might be aggressive in this spring portal window, it would be defensive tackle. Now I need to clarify here. They're not just looking to add a body because they don't need depth at defensive tackle. You got that. You got 9 scholarship interior defensive linemen right now. You got Jacobian Guillory, who's coming off of injury. You got Sean Washington. You got Ahmad Bro, Dom McKinley, both moving into their sophomore seasons. And you brought in Sadir Mitchell from Texas. That's 5. And then you got 4 true freshmen who will be playing their first seasons in Baton Rouge. You got 9 scholarship interior defensive linemen. You don't need numbers. You're not desperate to go get interior defensive line help like last year when LSU got JVR Suggs and Gio Pies because you had to get numbers. Like, this is, if someone goes in the portal that is a multi-year starter and an immediate impact guy, then you're interested. Like, Jacobian Guillory, I'm pumped to watch Tank this year. I'm sick for him getting injured last year. His 5th season, biding his time, getting better, and then going down in week 2. But, Guillory's played in 41 games during his LSU career, but he's made 5 starts. He's made 5 starts in 5 years. So he's been around a long time, but he hasn't been an every down consistent starter for you. Sadir Mitchell played in 36 snaps last year for Texas. Not games, not tackle. 36 snaps last year. in 2 seasons in Austin, 49 snaps. Not games, snaps. So you got this dude that's 360 pounds, and he's looked really good this spring in the limited viewing we've been able to see, but it's not a super experienced guy. Ahmad Bro and Don McKinley both flashed in very nice moments as true freshmen, and I think both those guys have super high ceilings. I'm excited to watch them grow. But again, they're just sophomores. And then you have 4 true freshmen. So all that to say, you have talent. You got young talent. You got veteran players. You got numbers. You check. What you don't have is a dude that's an All-American. Like when 2 years ago, Braden Fisk went in the portal and he ended up at Florida State. You wanted him badly. He ended up at Florida State. Like, that dude is in the portal in a week from now. Oh, LSU's going after him. The equivalent of that guy. Dominic Williams, who didn't have an awesome year at Oklahoma, but the equivalent of that dude, who's a multi-year starter, started 30 games in his college career, goes in the portal. Yeah, okay. Like, you're interested in that guy. But that kind of feels like it. I'll give you one wild card position as well, and it's offensive tackle. And it's a similar conversation here because I don't necessarily think they're looking for offensive tackle. I will tell you, in the December portal window, they were absolutely in the market for an offensive tackle, and they landed Josh Thompson. But Thompson is a versatile guy that's played both guard and tackle. But even after Thompson, they were still in the mix for a player who played in the college football playoff, who got down to the Final Four. They were in the mix for an offensive tackle who ended up not going into the transfer portal. So they were very much knocking on that door as well. Now, I am very excited about the potential of Tyree Adams and Weston Davis. Those are 2 top 100 guys. Tyree Adams was a top 100 guy coming out of school, is now in his 3rd year. Weston Davis was a 5-star that you flipped from A&M. In a different era, those are dudes we're pumped to finally see those really elite recruits get their chance. But in the portal era, it's easier to go get a proven starter, plug and play. There's a little more angst that comes along with the first-time starter who you've grown through your program. But, all right, Brad Davis, you've had these dudes in your program. You've been growing, develop, working with them. Time, let's take the leash off, see what these young pups got. And I'm excited to see those guys. But if you have a dude that has started 30 collegiate games at right tackle in a Power 4, and he goes into the portal, and it's an improvement over what you got, and if nothing else, it's someone who comes and pushes these young guys, and maybe the young guys win the job. But you would go after that. But LSU's just in a much better spot now than they were 12 months ago. 12 months ago, you were desperate for bodies at defensive tackle. Now, you'd look at a guy that is an immediate impact, like all-American caliber player. Other than that, you're kind of set with what your roster is right now. Spring portal window opens in 1 week, 10-day window. As it develops, of course, we'll be talking about it here. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.